way to start a video. Okay. Edit that part out. Good morning, everyone. It's been a little bit. I can't remember if I even edited this clip. I might have been in the same spot. I might have actually went in my last vlog where I talk about how I've kind of slowed down with YouTube just a bit, just for now. I think things are going to gear up here pretty soon because it's like planting time. But I've really just been doing the same old thing every single day. I've been off work, up potting tomato plants. There's my little station. And pepper plants, and hauling dirt into the beds, and mushroom compost, and just getting them prepped and ready. So it's been kind of boring, but today I think I will take you along with me because we're doing a couple of more things other than that, and then I'll actually show you, I've showed it in other videos, just how difficult my garden is at my house. Like, to prep Materville took me all of maybe 3 or 4 days to haul the mushroom compost, and that includes putting up the fence, pulling any kind of weeds. I haven't been over there in a few weeks, but it doesn't take long because it's a flat surface. And I just wheelbarrow everything to it, and dump. But my garden is down the side of a cliff. And every year, this time of year, when I have to do this kind of hard manual labor, I get in a funk where I just think, what were you thinking when you decided to do this to yourself and to your husband? One of Ben's friends at work described, I think it was, they said, Jen's garden, Ben's hell. And God love this man. I won the jackpot when I got him. I've said it before, but I did, because the work that this man does for me, it's insanely incredible. And I hope that by using it and using it to its full capacity and enjoying it, I can show him how much I appreciate all of his hard work. But there are times when I just want to throw my hands up and set it on fire. Because it's just so difficult. It can be just difficult. Because wood rots. I'm just going on a little bit of a storytelling time here. I've said it in other videos, but when we first built it, I didn't really know how much I would enjoy this garden. So we didn't really put a lot of money into it, and we used recycled wood from it wasn't a junkyard, but it kind of was a junkyard, but it was a junkyard for wood pallets. There's this shop that sells tractors and lawnmowers, and they would get their stuff on these big giant wood pallets. And you could go there and get these wood pallets, and they had 2x4s and decking boards. That's what the wood pallets were made of. But they were old, and they were sitting there, piled on top of each other, and they weren't in great shape, We think they were treated, but we don't really know. And even when Ben was building this, he was telling me, he's like, this wood's not great. It's not going to last long. But I just didn't want to spend a ton of money because I was just like, what if I hate gardening? What if I'm just not passionate about it? You know that when you start a project, and you're excited about it, but there's a lot of times where I get hooked on something and I'm loving it, and then I just fall out of love with it. Saying all of that gets me to the point that basically every single thing we built has fallen apart at this point. It's been, I guess this year 6. This is my 6th year gardening. So, and I think 3 years into it, the bed started to really fall apart. So each year we have beds that we have to redo, and we think we've got it figured out. And somebody asked me if I could show building one. And I am going to have him build me just a small one on a corner. I'll show you where it's going to be. And I'll show you how we've learned to build it, that it will withstand, hopefully, at least 10 years without him having to redo it. And because it's on a slope, you know, the gravity pushes on it. And we had brought all this dirt in. This is going to be a very long story. I'm sorry, guys. And it was after that that I decided, because where our pool is, I've said this in other videos too, I'm like repeating myself, but I have a lot of new viewers. So where our pool is, that's where the hill used to start. So everything where the greenhouse is, where the chicken coop is, where the wood fire pit is, where the trampoline is, that point on was the slope. Now, it wasn't as sloped as it is now because we brought all the dirt in, but we brought in a crap ton of dirt to make our yard bigger. And it was that winter after we brought in all the dirt where I thought, I'd like a garden. And I had saw something on Pinterest, I think it was, of somebody that had built a garden down a slope. They used, what are those things that they use for, at the railroad ties? Now we have some of those underneath of our deck, and there were some of those, and they do rot, because we had some of those in the front of our house too. Whenever they built this house, they use railroad ties where I have my rock wall. Just describing my entire landscape to you all. But maybe I'll throw in some clips of what I'm talking about, like showing you, so it's not as boring, me sitting here just flapping my jaws. But yeah, so that would have been neat to do, but railroad ties are expensive. But I'm saying all this just to tell you that, like, again, there's another bed, my strawberry bed. I think I showed it in my last little, like, tour. Might have been my last vlog, because I haven't done very many of these. The strawberry bed is falling apart now. But basically, what we're doing to keep the dirt off the wood is putting the black, I guess you could call it landscaping fabric. I think that's what it is. But when we put the wood in, Ben attaches that landscaping fabric, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But it just keeps the dirt from having contact with the wood. Now, it will still get wet, but the dirt and bacteria that's in the dirt is what kind of breaks down the wood. The rainwater will too at some point, but it won't be as quickly. But yeah, all that to say, I got on here because I wanted to show you what I'm about to do. So, I got my laundry going. I got all my plants watered. I got to show you this. Look at this aloe vera plant. This thing is a monster. And it used to be just a little baby like that one. So I've pulled babies from this one. It is just the healthiest. Oh, and I put it in this big pot last year because it was so big. And now it's even bigger. It's like a monster in this pot. Ben got me this pot for Christmas. And I don't want to put it outside. So I put my aloe vera, and it's just, I mean, look at this thing. It's, yeah. And I also put this, what do you call this? Maybe I'll just put up the name of it, but I put some of that in it, and they're crawling all over the place. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more in this pot. It's a self-watering hanging pot. Okay, enough of that. But here is what I'm doing today. It is bean soaking time. So I got up at 5 this morning. Yeah, a little bit early, but it's now a little bit after 7. My daughter invited me to a all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. So we have to be there at 10. It takes an hour to get there. It's actually like a maple festival in Pennsylvania, and it takes an hour to get there. So we're going to go to that at 10. And so I'm going to soak my beans, and when we get back, we're going to plant them. And I keep going back and forth about where I want to plant them. But I pre-soak the beans for, it'll be probably 6 hours. I have soaked beans overnight and then they get a little too soft and they like crack and like split. So I only like to soak them for like a half a day, if that. And I think it's supposed to rain tonight and in a couple of days, so that'll be good. It's a good time to plant beans. I planted them last year, same way, the day of the pancake festival, or the maple festival. So that's what we're doing. So let me show you what I got going on here. And then I have some other like cold crops. I was just going to start these seeds. I was supposed to start them back in November, December, and I never got around to it. So that baggie's still sitting there. I also want to start some of these very interesting lettuces that I got from Diaflora. This one's called Total Clown. Fun name. And then this one is Red Velvet. Look how pretty that is. It's so dark. So those lettuces, I'd like to grow those and then try to save my own seed from them. So I'm going to like keep them separate so that I know what I got growing. Okay, as far as beans, so I've got my tags made. And I'm just going to put each bean in a bowl, soak it, and then this is how I'll plant them and keep them separate. But I don't have a lot of these beans because I got them in trades. So, the only ones that I have lots of are the ones I got from M.I. Gardener. And I'm going to do mostly 2 packs. So I'm going to do a lot of these beans. And I want to basically eat maybe just a little bit to try them. And also I want to save the dried beans. 1, to plant again. And then 2, I really want to do my own bean soup. And I've never been able to grow enough beans and save enough beans to make my own like multiple bean soup. But I like beans. So my plan is to try to do that. So what do I got? I have got Woods Mountain Crazy, Tiger Eye. I mean, some of these beans are so pretty. This bowl was used before for something else. It's dirty, but it'll be fine to soak beans in. Colorado River. Like, look at that bean. Blue Ribbon. I'm trying to show you the beans, how pretty they are. This one's really cool looking. Look how green that is. Wyatt. I'll just show you the ones where I don't have very many of the beans. Oh, I'm doing a Zucca gourd. So I'm going to soak my gourds. Any gourds I do, I soak those too because they have a really hard coating. And it really gives them a boost to germinate a lot quicker because sometimes they can take forever. And then we'll do my Gardener last. Molly's Zebra. We've got, look at this one. This one's pretty. Berta Talaski or Alaska. And I've got just a few pole beans. I don't want to take up too much of my trellises with pole beans. And then I also might try to just put some on the fencing. We'll see. This one is Garden of Eden. This one is, look how pretty this one is. Magpie. I love that name. Look at that. Oh, so gorgeous. And then as far as M.I. Gardener, this is the one I only have 1 packet of, which is fine because it's a pole. Mayflower pole bean. That's really pretty. I've got Black Garbanzo Bush, 2 packs of that. Calypso Bush, 2 packs of that. Dapple Gray Bush, 2 packs of that. And Painted Pony Bush, 2 packs of that. And I did grow these last year and was able to save a tiny baggie full of seeds. But I'm just going to start new from these new seeds. So I'm going to get water in the bowls and put all the beans in the bowls. And that's what's going down right now. And then when we get back today, I will do some interesting vlogging. I'm going to show you how I have to fill my beds. Bucket by bucket. We'll show you how I do it. And we're going to plant some stuff. So it should be fun. Should be a fun day. And we're also burning up the rest of the wood fire, we're also burning up the wood of the fire pit area. I've been showing that. It's an eyesore. I hate it. It started falling apart last year. The wood was just, like I said, it was old. We used recycled wood. Ben's already figured out how much it'll cost to redo it. A little bit of a pretty penny, but I really like it. I like how it's in the ground, and he's formulated a way that he can do it the same way and keep the wood from rotting so that we can enjoy it for many, many years from this point on. So we'll be burning that up. I don't know if you can see it right there. I don't want to go outside right now. But yeah, we already started to tear off that one side. I literally could grab and just jerk the wood off. Like, it would rip away from the screws. That's how broken down it was. So the one day I was out there by myself just pulling it apart and burning it up. But we'll plan on doing that today too. So it'll be exciting to really get my yard looking nice. And I have a little bit more cleanup to do, but I think I'm ahead of the game, which I'm feeling pretty good about. Okay, done. Everybody is in a little bit of water. Tag is in the bowl with them. And then I put everyone in all the empty baggies in a bag because I'm doing every single seed that I had in all the bags. And that way I can, you know, if something happens to the tag or whatever, I can kind of go back and see what I did plant this year. So I keep everything and I plant in baggies so that I know, because I start so many different things every year. So here's a baggie where I put some flowers and such that I've done. I've got all the tomatoes that I've started. This is my winter sowing bag, all the things that I winter sowed. Which, by the way, we are opening up some of our winter sowing jugs today, and we're going to plant some of those. I think I've got between 12 and 15 of brassicas, broccoli, cauliflower, kales, all that stuff needs to be opened up and planted. And then after that, I'm going to refill those jugs and plant some like flowers that just don't do well when I start them super early with the rest of the jugs, but I still want to have them in like a tiny little greenhouse so that they'll sprout a little sooner than they would if I just started them in pots outside, which is what I will be doing with some stuff here soon, like basils and some other, I'm going to do flowers, other flowers too, in just little pots. So I sow seeds multiple ways. I'm going to, again, sow squash in ground, squash pumpkins, things like that in ground, as well as in pots, just to try to give myself, because I have squirrels and chipmunks and things like that like to get into my stuff. Oh, and sometimes I'll show you guys my letterboard. That is a quote by Jim Carrey. And I just thought it was appropriate for spring. I liked it, so that's what I put on my letterboard. But it's supposed to be a little warmer today than it was yesterday. So we are going to be doing some outside work when we get home. Hopefully I don't eat too many pancakes to where I feel like I can't move. I'm going to try to limit myself. They're good. And they have this sausage too. There's like a sweet sausage and then like a savory one. And they're both so good. That's really the main reason why I want to go so bad, because last year we bought some and brought it home. And I'm going to buy some again this year. And their maple syrup, because their syrup was really good and I didn't get any last year and I regretted it. So we're getting some today. Look at this adorable. So I told you guys in my last vlog we were going hiking. And on that hike, we stopped at a couple of places. I'll put in a little clip if I have it. But it's a birdhouse. Oh my goodness. And look, I mean, it is adorable. It's made of like really thick felt. I have another one outside already. It's been out there for 3 years and it's doing really well. When I bought this, the lady was like, "You're going to put it outside?" And I'm like, well, yeah, I want it to be used. And it is. The other one is getting used. So I put it under the deck so it doesn't get like too awful, but I want to use it. It's beautiful. And then I got some lettuces that I got to cut. And then I need to put the tags for Lauren and Jennifer in the greenhouse with Lauren and Jennifer. And then I wanted to show you this too. I got from Territorial Seeds, I got Fignominal plant. And that's what the Fignominal plant looks like. It came wonderfully. And just checking to see if the soil's damp. Yeah, might need a little water, but I'm going to be planting this probably next weekend. I won't be doing it today, but I wanted to show you that. I watched a video about this plant, and it's kind of bushy. It gets a little big, but not too big. I think it gets like to be like 4 by 4 something like that. It's not a huge, but it produces a ton, the guy said. So I'm pretty excited that I have this. Now I got to figure out where I want to plant it. And then, like I said, I'm about to sit down and do some more up potting. So this is my last tray that I have to up pot. They're looking really like they want out of these pots. It hasn't even been that long. And then these over here, for whatever reason, these got dried out more than that side, clearly. But yeah, I always create such a huge mess. I'm trying not to, because sometimes what I'll do is I just feel like I have to clean it, but I just keep re-cleaning it. So this time around, I'm just waiting till the end to clean it, and it's just a big hot mess. But I got this tray and then my micros. So it's Sunday, and I'm going to try to finish this whole tray today. And so what I've been doing is I'm trying to do one tray a day. And I think I started I've been doing peppers too. So it's been about 2 weeks. So I'm up potting stuff pretty quickly, which it's mind numbing. And I've been very good about coming home from work and doing some. Like sometimes it's not much. Sometimes it's only 10 tomato plants, but it's a little something. And so I think I can knock out the micros if I don't finish this one, because I'm kind of like, I got a lot of stuff I want to do today, and I'm not going to be mad at myself if I don't get that whole tray done. I'll finish it tomorrow night, and then Tuesday and Wednesday night, I will do the micro tray. And it's not even a whole tray, whole flat, whole 32. I think it's only 20, 25, something like that, because I did multiples of them, because all of those are going into my green stalks. I have 2 green stalks I'm designating for micro tomato plants. And so, yeah. It's a lot of information to take in, guys. And then I've been sitting here. I need to go through all of these containers and pick out all the squash, all the pumpkins, all the things that I want to start in pots that I have prepped. They're ready to go. And then, of course, I picked out some more tomatoes that I want to start. So, Keena's sister. And then I wanted some more sticks. I didn't get a whole lot of sticks to germinate. So, stick brown and stick yellow. I'm going to start whatever's left. Whatever's left in here. Which, oh. Well, darn. I think I only have 1. That's disappointing. I must have only got 5. No, there's 2. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to start the rest of the sticks. Stick yellow. Yeah, I've got several of stick yellow, so they don't take up a whole lot of space, so. And then Lauren sent me a couple things. I'm going to start tomaticot, and then she sent me this F1 hybrid Aquia. So, and I got sunflowers I want to start. I've already picked out a few squash from Diaflora. Candy roaster. All kinds of stuff, but yeah, so that's what I'm about to sit down and do, is pick out the stuff. I either need to do that, or I need to up pot some tomato plants. I can't decide which one I want to do first, because I don't have a lot of time before I have to get ready to go and eat pancakes.